route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Throws for the tight end. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. The Gators come to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Looking to scramble. And the sack all the way back at the 5. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. The play-action fake. Looking deep. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got room on the return. He'll go out of bounds, but just what they needed to get the ball back.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Off play action on first down. Moving away from pressure. He's looking on the right side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Huge play. Puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Looking for the score. Snags it. They will score. Touchdown time.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he...
And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Off the play fake on first down. He'll pull it down and run. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play. Alabama trying to cash in on this red zone trip. Now the play fake. Buys a little time with his feet. On the run, fires downfield. Makes a connection. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Quarterback sneaks ahead. And a scrum on the goal line. No signal yet from the officials, but it doesn't appear that he got in.
And nice job by this defense. You kind of knew something like this was coming. Great job. You got to get penetration. First thing you have to do is get up under that center. Make it really hard for him to go forward right now. Nice penetration.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And with the extra point, they stretch the lead to 13. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice game. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. He's going for it all. For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
It has just been that kind of day for this guy. 4 picks now thrown in this game. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. He just hasn't been throwing the football accurately. This is a game he would like to soon forget.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, this offense told us coming in, they were... this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
Throwing right. Complete downfield. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Buys a little time. He's going to take off. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what,
headed to the end zone. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
Dude, when you got a guy like this that can just hit the gas and go pick up 15-plus yards, what a luxury. How nice is it to have a quarterback like that when I'm a tailback, when I can send the tailback one direction, quarterback the other direction. This guy's just got so much speed.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Touchdown, Alabama! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Offense slips the running back out of the back.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look and the replay booth will overturn the call. 3rd and goal for the offense. Scanning the field, it's Milroe. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Snapped it in the shotgun. The incomplete pass, 4th down, fails, and they'll turn it over.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time. So you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quick that you can go to.
This offense tries to get rolling from its own 15 on 1st down. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Touchdown, Bama! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He throws back to the left. That could be risky. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator!
Man, what a great way to end the first half. It wasn't a perfect first half, a lot of mistakes, still trailing by a lot, but here's the deal. Now you put yourself in a position, go make some things happen, force some turnovers, play good in the second half. Who knows what will happen?
Marches ahead. He won't make it in. Stopped just short on the two-point conversion attempt, and that's how this first half will come to a close.
35, Florida, 21.
The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Now the pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. The Gators will hustle to the line. Now on the move. Ball is free. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
As a defender, love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? You get the big hit and force the fumble.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Milroe. Escapes trouble. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Off the play fake. Now rolling to the left. On the move and looking deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
The sweet feet buy a little time. Finds his man. It's Adams. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Those are the ones you rewind back on tape over and over again when you watch this tape and you go, how did I miss that? He was so open. You have to hit those plays. There's nothing you can say positive about that.
Quarterback moving. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
You know, these throws in the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
He'll just keep slinging it. Moves away as he feels pressure. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up.
Really nice third down sub-defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. And now forcing the incompletion, setting up for it.
And that is no good. Missed the field goal. Missed the chance to make it a three-possession game. But still a 14-point lead, guys. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Here's the handoff. At the 40, there he goes. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it first and 10 outside the 40. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Gators want to pick up the tempo. He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. On the option. Now the pitch. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
What a play by the quarterback. What an effort. It looked like he was in a lot of trouble. 4th down, nobody open. The pass rush is getting to him, but phenomenal athleticism. I mean, you just can't coach that, right? He's able to get to the outside and run that in for a touchdown.
Getting set for the point after. They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. They march 72 yards and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down.
I think that's one the kick returner is going to want to take back. That was a ball he probably should have let run through the end zone, give themselves better field position, but now they are way backed up.
It's complete on the right side. Just destroying his way through the field. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Milroe. Going to try to get it himself.
When it gets in long yardage situations defensively, you're thinking pass, pass, pass. How about the quarterback doing a great job? He wants to push it down the field, but he does a great job scrambling, chewing up chunks of yards, and now making this situation a lot more manageable.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Gator! This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as sausage, go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. First down to start the drive after the break. Wide receiver shows motion. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got him downfield. Oh, it's on the ground. Live ball. And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover.
Man, that's one of those where you just go, dadgummit, if he had a little bit more space. Nice job creating the fumble, but just running out of real estate, not able to land on it. Man, you just get a little bit frustrated because you wanted that turnover. You caused the fumble, you just couldn't secure it.
And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They'll line up for a second down play. Wide out in motion. Trying play action. Caught behind the line. It's Bernard. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback extends the play. And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
You got to keep chasing and keep defending. When you got scrambling QBs that get outside the pocket, you got to keep defending down the field and keep coverage on the wide receivers. And good job with pursuit drill, running them down, making them run out of bounds, and that counts in the record books. For a sack, give me one of those guys.
Quarterback alone in the backfield, 5 wide on 2nd and 14. To the air, it's Milroe. He makes the connection. Across the 25, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Just don't feel like the quarterback's in a rhythm so far. He's had accuracy issues. That last throw was underthrown, but we've seen bad decisions. Trying to force the football in places it just shouldn't go, and that's why he's already thrown multiple interceptions.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. They'll run play action. On the run, still looking. He'll throw it. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
The field goal is no good. After the miss here in the 4th quarter, still deadlocked.
Well, that's now the 2nd missed field goal for this kicker, and I'll tell you this, you can't blame the weather for all this. This is a beautiful day. He needs to do better executing these field goals.
Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Caught in the backfield. It's Daniels. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. At midfield, he's got room. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
One of the things I love about these misdirection-type plays is that you can pull offensive linemen and get extra bodies at the point of attack. So you're setting yourself up with good angles if you execute it properly, David. You saw it right there.
And saying the word angles means a lot because that's exactly what you do. Now I can block down and I can leave somebody unblocked, pull around, kick him out, use misdirection in the backfield. Really just get your eyes as a defense on something else and then go the other direction. Nice misdirection play call by this offense.
Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ballgame. A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He unleashes a long one. And he makes the catch inside the 15.
This offensive line does such a good job communicating in their pass protection. You can see guys passing defenders off to one another, and that's why the quarterback had so much time to complete that throw deep downfield.
Give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Looking for room. It's Daniels. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll try to boot them into the lead in the final minute. It's good. And there's a lot of celebrating going on over there, but there is still time left on the clock. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Pressure coming. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This really has been a master class by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like when that last play.
Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Back to pass, it's Milroe. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Third and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. Better get rid of this one quick.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away. They've got to push the ball down the field. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Well, they're down a possession, and they're on their own side of the 50, so they need a big one right here. They've just thrown 3 straight incompletions, but it just takes one. It just takes one big play down the field to all of a sudden get that momentum and that juice flowing again to give yourselves a chance to win.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Unloads to the right. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that 1st down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the 4th down conversion.
Looking back on it, this game probably falls precisely into the definition of a trap game. Trap was set, sprung, and the underdogs come up with the win.
And that's why we go, you know what? I don't take your rankings. I'm not worried about your rankings. They don't matter to me. We're going to go out and beat this team. We're better than this team. A lot of times those rankings don't mean a lot to a lot of people, and you can tell it didn't mean a lot to this team, and that's why they came out and pulled the upset.
Absolutely, David. I mean, that's why you play the games. This team knew they had to come out. They were going to have to put their best foot forward in order to get the W. They did just...
This will be the largest group of assembled fans in the Western Hemisphere. That's why they need a big house. Welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Line gets set. First down. Running behind that left side. Hard running there. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
He'll try the left side. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Dropping back, it's Warren. He's going for a big play downfield. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, they decided to get aggressive. That was just 3rd and very manageable. Instead, they saw something, thought they could take a shot, but that's the risk-reward. You don't come up with it. Now you got 4th down.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking one. There will, and they missed a big chance on that one. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. They're bringing heat. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Williams. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
Goes to the option. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
1st down here for the offense. Power football with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the ball on 1st down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking for a man. It's Warren. They're trying to get to him. And down he goes back at the 3. The Wolverines want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Brings it in down the left side. He's loose. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Michigan! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback, and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Looking to the big tight end. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
What a great job by this defense. You get 3rd down stop, and you're like, yes, put my hand in the air, 4th down, force a punt. They go for it, and you get a stop and set your offense up in great field position already. Nice job by this defense.
They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. And the Wolverines will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Off play action. Coming after it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
It's now 3rd and goal. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Michigan 7, LSU 0.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
That is just great total defense on that play. First off, you get pressure, you get to hit the quarterback, but 2, you've got the intended target double covered. There was no way the offense was coming up with a completion on that play.
Looking downfield, it's Warren. Got out of trouble and throws. It's incomplete. A 4th down stop and the turnover on downs. Offense set on 1st down. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Strong run and a pickup of 5 out to the 15.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Pulls it in. It's Anderson. Oh, what a move. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
He's showing you his skills on that last throw. This guy's got arm talent and accuracy, man. Some of it's not coachable. And I think back to Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow, two former Tiger quarterbacks that were the first overall pick in the NFL draft. They had some of that too. They just had a feel for the position that you simply couldn't coach at the college level. This guy, man, he's got some serious tools, and he really helps make this offense dangerous.
That's caught. It's Durham. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Oh, I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch. Right away, they're not giving up any yet. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Makes the grab. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
The throw to the outside is complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Fast motion from the offense. With jet sweep pass. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
Quarterback sneak, trying to get a push. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive.
Is good. That ties the game.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Fair catch called for and made. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The play action fake. Shoots it to the left. And that pass is intercepted. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives him the ball at the 29-yard line.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job.
Sends it downfield. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Wants to throw. It's Warren. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. He's looking downfield to throw. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looking for a block. It's Thomas. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Based on this field position, Jesse, they need to get something on the board before the half.
And they got to be aggressive too, Reese. They've got the weapons to attack and try to steal a field goal here.
You practice these situations all during the week. You know you got to be fast, take advantage of the clock, it's stopping, making sure you're throwing the football down the field to try to get some points.
That's reeled in. It's Sampson. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to find his man on first down. Fires to the wideout. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Got some room to run. Obliterates him, still on the move. He gets the pick, but not the pick six, as they're able to run him out of bounds and limit the damage to wrap up the half. Just about set to put toe to leather as we are deadlocked here in the third. Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. On the ground, it's Durham. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Caught near the sideline, it's Sampson. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks, it's Sampson. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. There's a live football. And the defense grabs it, and they're taking it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out and...
He's going to let it go. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
First down for this offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Durham. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
It's a really nice play there. The thing about this guy, he forces the defense to have to stay disciplined. He just can't take a play off. He reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that I used to play against.
He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play. Big first down sack for the defense. Brings up second down. Feeling some heat. He'll try to do it himself. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback, and you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on fourth down. Try to get it on the ground. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks.